DubH Podcast. My name is Kristen Enriquez, and I'm one of the tech directors. I am joined today by...
I'm Chrissy, and I'm the merch director.
I'm Paige, and I'm the risk management chair.
I'm McKenna, and I'm the secretary.
Cool, so today we're just going to be talking about our majors, and then if we could pick a major that wasn't our major now, and it money wasn't a part of the equation, what that would be. And this is just so you all could get to know us and stuff. So does anybody want to start? This is always what happens. Let's go.
Just going in order.
Yeah.
Okay, I can start. So I'm a double major in political science and international studies, and I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of my major. I'm a senior in credits, so I'm just all right. I might as well just finish the degree and get it over with and find something else to do with my life. But yeah, I don't know. Another major, I guess would be film. I don't know if that's I don't think that's a specific major. Maybe I would go to film school. But
I think it's major at NYU.
Yeah.
So
So what would you do with your this major? What are you thinking?
That's a good question. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know. I think what's so interesting about being in political science is there's always you're constantly learning how to argue and talk about different points and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's you're not learning. You're learning skills that you'll probably use later on in life just by having that.
Debate.
But, yeah, debating and stuff. But to actually go into politics and work for a government agency, I don't know if I can do that. I really don't. But film is definitely one of my passions, and that's why I'm so happy that I'm one of the tech directors, because I get to
Yeah, that's awesome.
flex those muscles, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you guys have any ideas? If you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. Well, I'm a double major in apparel merchandising and event management. And I've loved fashion since I was 3, so that's why that's why it's my major. I think I would probably drop my event major, but I'm so far now that I might as well just finish it and a double major looks good and it's something else to lean back on. I wanted to do fashion show production, and that's why I was into that, which I'm still very into. I assistant produced a charity fashion show in Des Moines, the Bubble Ball.
That was so fun.
Yeah. And so we have that, but I want to more so I think go into styling for movies and TV. So I don't really need an event. I also have a PR minor, which just kind of, I don't know. I take so much. My dad always makes fun of me. He's always yeah, you got our money's worth out of college.
That's true. Are you involved in the fashion show here?
No.
No.
I applied freshman year, I didn't get in, and then sophomore year I didn't get in because of my GPA, which is fine. I'm really busy, and I got into Bubble Ball my freshman year, and I honestly think it's better experience.
Yeah.
And I'm way more involved in it because I'm the assistant producer, so I have a way bigger role than I would here. And I got to get DubH involved one year, and I actually don't know. This year they might be. I don't know. I haven't talked to them about it yet.
It'd be really fun to do again.
I know. I want to. I just don't know what the theme is this year, so I have to figure out how you guys would fit in. But we haven't had meetings or anything yet, so. But yeah.
Awesome.
I can go. So my major is kinesiology and health, and I'm a pre-OT option, so that's pre-occupational therapy. And I really love my major. I take a lot of sciences, which are kind of hard, but I mean overall in the end it'll be really rewarding because I'm just super passionate about helping others and just the well-being, and I don't know. I'm just excited for when I'm able to change people's lives and help them for the good. So, yeah. And I don't really know if I would if money wasn't an issue. I don't really know if I'd change my major at all. I don't know. I'd maybe maybe try other things other classes just to see how that is. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm an event management major, and I'm gonna minor in PR. I just haven't done the paperwork yet, but
I haven't either.
yeah.
I still declare it on my resume.
Yeah. But I don't know what I want to do with it. Like I know I don't want to do weddings. I'm not like creative. I don't have the eye for it. Like I don't think I could ever plan a wedding. And after like my sisters, so I was like, I could never do that like for a full-time job. I don't know. I think it'd be fun to like work in a stadium and do like a sporting event or a concert or stuff like that. But if I could pick a different one, I think I would love to just like travel the world and like visit all these like countries or resorts and then like write about it. Like,
Oh, that's so cool.
something like that. Like I think that'd be awesome to like be in a
Like a
magazine or
journalist.
something like that, and like just write about all these different locations. I think that'd be awesome, and like get paid to travel the world. I think that would definitely be like the goal. But
Is there any stuff for you, like, in running, like, sports and stuff for, like, here, like, on campus?
I could, like, there are some internships, like, at the gym, and, like, I work at State, so, like, I could get an internship through the gym, or, like, I don't know. But there are ones at Jack Trice, I know.
Aren't there ones at like Stevens too?
I think so, but I don't know about that. So, yeah, I really need to look into stuff. I haven't done anything.
You've got
You're a sophomore.
Yeah.
Paige, what classes do you have to take, like, science related?
I had to take like Bio 211, Bio 212, Bio 255 and 256.
Just in, like, Orgo or anything?
No, I
Okay.
got lucky. I mean, for my major, my like advisor explained to me I could go like a more chemistry route or a more biology route, and I chose biology.
Yeah. My roommates right now are, two of them are in organic chemistry because one of them is an animal science major and the other one's food science. And I just come into the apartment, I just feel the stress like radiating.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I walk through the door, I'm like, oh god, it's
Yeah.
Orgo. They're just like screaming in their rooms from like yeah. So I was just asking like to see if you went through that as well, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that you didn't because I see them
Yeah.
I know someone had to take Orgo 3 times.
do what?
She took it 3 times to pass it.
That'd be me, so I'd have to take it like 8 times and finally be like, I'm gonna change my major.
I had to take 1 science class, and thank God.
Oh,
It was horrible.
Because like you all have like really like structured. Is that how it is in like human sciences? Is it, like it's really structured, like you don't have very much leniency. And
It's
I feel
like
like-
there are required classes, and then like for event, there's an entire list of like elective classes, and you have to have so many credits of those, so you pick the ones you want that
Okay.
apply. Like there's some wedding ones, and there's some like concert ones. Like you pick what applies to what you would want
Like I
to
know
do.
how it is in fashion too, but there's definitely a lot of like required like. I mean, I guess I took 2 science classes because I took textile science, but I don't feel like that was like
Yeah.
science. Like I took oceanography,
I
and
heard that was gross.
oh my God, thank God for Rachel Pfeiffer.
Oh.
Really, like because she was in that class with me, and she was a bio major, so she like knew what was going on. I was so lost, and she like before every exam met with me at a cafe and literally like dumbed it down to like the dumbest she could do, and I passed my exams. And then like if I wouldn't have had her in my class, I would get
Damn.
That's funny.
like thank God for her. I still like, will thank her every day for that.
Good. Wow. No, I have to take 8 credits in like arts and humanities, 8 credits in sciences, and then 8 credits I think in something else. I can't remember what. And then 3 diversity. I think everybody has to take 3 diversity credits. So. Yeah, and then like obviously stats as well. I think is also like required for most of the college.
Yeah, I had to take stats. I took it online at CMAC though.
Oh, you got lucky because that
Yeah.
class was oh my god.
Well, I took it in high school and I knew it was horrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I did
didn't-
mine in high school
I
too,
didn't-
and I was like,
I didn't pass the AP exam.
Ours wasn't. It was just like through a community college at my high school that I took it through, but it was online, so it like counted. Like I never could have done it here.
No,
Yeah.
it was rough. It was definitely. Why is it 4 credits too? Like I probably should have taken 104, but I took 101 because I was like, it's a like a lower number, so therefore it has to be easier. I was wrong. Like it was rough.
Do you know that 104 was harder though?
No,
Or
I
easier,
just,
I mean?
some people said like it was like, I mean it's 3 credits, and like I know that some people told me like it was like it's roughly like equal in like difficulty. The only thing that was like stats 101 is like the extra credits and you took like the lab, and so like that was That was
hate
rough. Lab was just
But like labs always screw me over because everyone's always like, you take so many credits, and it's because of my labs. My labs always screw me over. It's like I could take perfectly 18 and pass, but then like there's that one class, it's 4 credits, I'm like, well, I have to go to 19 because I have to graduate on time.
That's rough. Yeah, I thought I was done with stats too, but then lo and behold, political science has a required course that's basically the weed out class. I've talked about this with Cabinet before, and it was the weed out 300 level course, which makes no sense to me. Why would
Isn't
you
that
have
the one with negative points?
Yes. So I'm gonna explain this to the lovely DubH people. So it's 301 and it's Intro to Empirical Research, and you're basically learning, like you're applying like stats 101 or stats 104, just a stats class is like a prerequisite. And like you're learning how to use like the stats knowledge that you learn from there, and like you're doing like regression lines and using that to like research like different things like in the political science realm. Like if you want to like I have to read an article on let's see, somebody like wrote an article on like oil, Islam, and women, talking about how it's not Islam specifically that makes women lag behind in countries. It's like because of oil producing countries instead. So like it's like a 20-page article that I have to read and like apply like this knowledge and stuff. But like the class is like ridiculously insane because the professor decided that it would be a good idea to grade the quizzes on a logarithmic scale. So like
I've never heard of that.
You can get full points, but you can get negative points. 44 people out of a class of like 50 people or something got negative infinity points on the quiz. He had to cap it at negative 10. What? Why do I have to take this class? It's so ridiculous.
I've never heard of that.
God, no.
Not so funny because logs is like where I capped out in math. Logs is where I like capped out in math, and so I don't understand logs. So if that's what my teacher said, I'd be like, I should probably drop this class because I don't even understand high grade.
It's just it's a rough class. Like
My phone's going on.
oh, you're good. Yeah, that's my required course, and that was the class of like I complain about it a lot, but like I have a love-hate relationship with it because like I love classes that challenge me, but like at the same time it's like there goes my GPA, you know? It's like but definitely like I like classes that make me feel stupid, but I hate it because in the process of learning I'm gonna get a bad grade, and that's not gonna look good on your resume.
Do you have to put your GPA on your resume?
Yeah. Did people not do that?
I do.
Oh.
I heard it was like optional.
Oh,
You
okay.
didn't have to if you didn't like work comfortable. I don't know. Don't quote me on this.
I mean, I
you don't really need it. I
mean, I guess it depends on my major. I actually, my boss right now, like we were talking, and she was like, I literally won't hire someone that puts their GPA on their resume because it's a apparel major. Who cares what GPA you got? Like you took the class. That's all I care about.
Okay, that's fair. And you acquire those skills.
Yeah. She's like, I don't care if you got like an A. Like cool. Like, so yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting.
You're so proud of everyone else.
Yeah, that made life a little bit easier.
That'd be so much better.
And like it would also like it's
I mean, maybe different for your major because your major's like policy.
yeah. So like I think that with like the GPA thing is like you can like you take these courses and you want to like, learn the course, but like you're more focused on like getting the grade versus learning the material, and that's something that like I've like done all throughout college. Like like I can memorize this like the day before, and then I go and I take
cramming.
I go and take the exam, and it's like
and then the next day it's gone.
I don't remember I don't know how China feels about India in terms of nuclear power. I learned about it for that one exam, but I don't remember it now.
Yeah.
That something defeats the purpose. I mean, that's my own personal fault, but like, I don't know. That was a tangent. I'm sorry.
I feel like that's how like everyone is. So.
Yeah.
Cram, forget.
Yeah,
Like, you come to like a final and you're like, oh crap. What?
Yeah.
Like that's the only way I get through so many credits if I like actually like did all of the readings and everything that you're really supposed to do.
Yeah.
I would not sleep at all.
Yeah, like you look on your syllabus and you're like, feasibly this is not possible because of everything that I have to do with my life.
Yeah.
But that's also part of the reason why I love that 301 class is because like, I know I'm gonna get a bad grade, so it's like, well, that's out of the equation, so like, I'm gonna try my hardest anyways, and I'll probably learn the material better. So that's maybe why he does it, but it's still pretty insane.
Like, can you pass it?
I have a B+ in the class right now, surprisingly, and the professor emailed me and was like, you're doing a really good job, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh.
this is insane.
I got negative points, but I have a B+.
Yeah, it's definitely rough. Like, what's like the hardest class you all have taken?
For me,
Yeah.
Econ.
Econ.
102.
102.
Kick my butt.
you gotta take 102?
Yeah, I had to take, well, okay. I made the student, I had to take 101, and then 102 was like, in a group of like required, there were like 5 classes, you had to take at least 2 of them, and I was like, oh, I breezed through 101, I'll take 102, like no
What
problem.
would you have in 101 is the question then.
Oh, I did totally fine in 101. Like, got an A, I thought it was super easy. Did 102 and like barely scraped by. Like, it was so bad. And I was so mad at myself because I was like, I didn't have to take this class, and I chose it, and then I did it really bad. I was like,
that's unfortunate.
I sucked at econ. I knew it depended so much on your teacher though.
yeah, sure. I think my teacher was really great, and like,
My teacher sucked.
and I liked my teacher, so
He
I was
was
like,
horrible.
okay.
Like, he was known for being horrible. Like, it was like, cause some people would be like, oh, it's so easy. And I was like, no, it's not. Anything that comes out of his mouth makes no sense at all.
That's rough.
But yeah, no, I hated it.
I think the hardest class I've ever taken is Kin 372. It's motor learning, so it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like movement and like your brain and like all that stuff and while you're exercising, I don't know. It was just really hard because like the test, like they try to trick you sometimes, so
That's rough.
that's what makes it hard. Like the material's super interesting to like learn, but it's the test.
Worse when you do that. Yeah, I think my hardest, like, other than econ, was definitely textile science, because you have to like memorize the difference between like 150 different fabrics.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to like he hand you like 3 different fabrics, like you have to work with these 3 fabrics. You just have to know the name of them. So it's hard.
Was one of the exams like you had to like go into like a lab or something and like have the article of clothing and then like test it on different things and be like, oh, this is like you wrote down like what it was.
Mhm.
That's rough.
Yeah, we had to find out because there's a difference between fiber and fabric.
Yeah.
Like cotton and stuff like that, that's not fabric, that's the fiber of your clothing. And the fabric is like the way it's constructed. And so yeah, we got handed like just a piece of fabric, or fiber I guess. And they were like, okay, you got to figure out what fiber this is. Which I got really lucky because mine was acetate, and acetate's really easy to tell. But it was also hard though because you had to like explain why, like all of the things. It was acetate, and I was like, it's acetate, like can't I just go with that? And,
Yeah.
like I don't need to explain why.
Oh, and you had to like, oh, okay. That's,
Yeah.
wow. Gosh. Couldn't imagine doing something like that.
Yeah, I was really lucky because the like lecture professor is really hard, and she's always really hard. It's now online, which makes me so angry. But like basically, if you didn't have a good lab, like TA, my lab TA was a god. Oh my god, I loved her. She was like this little southern girl. She was so cute, and she like I wouldn't have passed class without her. No way.
What's been one of like y'all's like favorite classes that you've taken? Like you're like, this is a class that like if I could go back and take it again, I would. No? Should I rephrase that? Should I go back and just like?
I'm trying to think. I'm like going through my schedules from like past years.
For me, definitely it was philosophy 230 with Dr. Kupfer, which was it was like moral theory class.
Oh my
And,
god, my
like-
friend had to take that. She said it was horrible.
Oh, really? No, I love that class. Well, then again, like it's.
Is that the one where it's like, is my hand really here, or do you just think my hand is here?
That's philosophy 201.
Oh, okay, that's
So 230 is like basically talking about like, well, I guess the way that Dr. Kupfer like framed it was that you talked a lot about like Aristotle and like and Kant and like philosophers, but then like you applied like what they thought of and like to different like real world stuff that was happening now, or like really relevant things, like or like you would read articles regarding like pros and cons of like legalizing prostitution. And like you would talk about that in class, and you would have like a debate with the professor and like other people in the class. And it was super interesting and super fun because he was also like really eccentric and like just really funny. And so like I've had him twice actually, and like every semester, like a couple times a semester, I've like just gone into his office and just like chatted with him because he's just such a fun professor to talk to. So yeah, that's definitely a class I would take again.
I used to be a social minor. I love sociology. I think that's honestly just because I love like messing with people.
Oh.
Because like so many of your assignments are like to break social norms. So like one time, like this was in my high school social class, but like you had to break a social norm. So I went to like a big church thing and I whispered the whole time. And everyone was like, oh, did you lose your voice? And I was like, no. And they were just like so confused. Like they're like, okay, so like why are you whispering? I was just like, because I want to. And like they were like beyond lost. Like it was just like, and like I had friends where like they would literally just like walking in the halls, like, and this was in high school too, they would just like go up and hold someone's hand and just like walk with them. And it was just like that's like what the class is. It's so fun.
Oh my god,
and like,
that's amazing.
And like I remember one of the social norms I broke for my college class was like what I wore going out. Like, you know, like you get dressed up, you look cute going out, and I wore like a giant like oversized like football jersey and like basketball shorts and like had no makeup on. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And my like roommates are like, you can't come out with us like this. Like they were like something like, and like I was like fully like, no, I'm going out like this is what I'm wearing. Like, and they were like, what? Like, but it was sex and gender, and it was so cool. Like I don't know, you probably know this because you work in like the social services office, but like there's like over like 300 terms for like gender.
Yeah.
Like that's like the word BOI, boy, is a gender, or it can be. It's like, yeah, so it's like it was just like really interesting, like learning all of that stuff that I had no clue.
I think mine is exercise psychology. It's just like it's super interesting, and like I think the professor made it even more interesting. And it's so in depth. Like I don't know. I just like that class was just super interesting, and I enjoyed it.
Do you remember any like examples of like things that people often thought of whenever they were exercising? No.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
If I think of something, I'll let you know.
Okay, that's fair.
Gosh, I don't know. I had like a lot of classes that I liked, but wouldn't necessarily want to like do again. Let's see, last semester I took one, it was AMD 165, it's called Dress and Diversity.
Yes.
And like, I just found it super interesting, like all the stuff, I don't know, just like everything we talked about was like super interesting, and it's not something that like the professor just kind of like, you know, pushed all the boundaries, and it's not something that you normally talk about in classes, and I don't know, you just saying like the sex and gender stuff, like I just remember like that unit was really big, and like, yeah, I don't know, it was just super interesting because it was like different stuff, and I don't know, I liked it.
Was that spring of last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you went to the fall, if you did fall last year, I did a panel at one of them. So like you remember like during the
I remember the panel. Oh.
Yeah. So I did one of the panels. So
Nice.
I was wondering if like you were in the audience, and I was like, whoa! I talked a lot about very personal things there.
No, I didn't. I was in the spring, but
Okay. Yeah, it was cool. I think we could wrap this up, but thank you all for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I got to learn a lot about you all. And I think we all learned a lot about each other. And hopefully you all learned some new things about campus and different things of that nature. But thank you so much for joining us, and you all have a wonderful day.